I'm David Brancaccio in New York. The outgoing presidential administration is moving to bar unpaid medical bills from hurting consumer credit scores. But the new Congress could put the medical debt demerits back on. Marketplace's Nancy Marshall-Genzer reports.
The new final rule was issued by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. In a statement today, Vice President Kamala Harris says it'll remove $49 billion in unpaid medical bills from 15 million Americans' credit reports. Harris says the rule will make it easier for people to get loans for houses, cars, and small businesses. The American Bankers Association doesn't like the new rule. In a letter to the CFPB last August, it said consumer delinquencies and defaults will increase if lenders can't consider medical debt when making loans. They say banks will tighten their lending standards. Incoming Republicans can use the Congressional Review Act to unwind this rule. Under the act, any rules issued up to 60 days before the end of a congressional session can be rolled back. Congress just has to pass legislation. Once that's signed by incoming President Trump, the rule would be repealed. I'm Nancy Marshall-Genzer for Marketplace.
The world's biggest consumer technology show is getting underway in Las Vegas. CES is about companies trying to get attention for their latest gadgets, gizmos, and other contraptions, a lot of it with artificial intelligence poured on top these days. My former Marketplace colleague and now the BBC's North America technology correspondent, Lily Jamali, is there.
Well, from the latest apps to all manner of slick new devices, there is a little something for everyone here at CES in Las Vegas. The event officially kicks off on Tuesday. There will be 4,500 exhibitors showing off their wares across 2.5 million square feet of convention space. Already we have gotten to play with robot dogs. We've gotten to test out stringless smart guitars, and there's so much more in store from here in Las Vegas. But looming large over the event, politics. There are so many questions about what the incoming Trump administration's tariff policy might look like and whether it could hurt the ability for American consumers to buy the kinds of things that they see on display here at CES. The Consumer Technology Association, which runs CES, has expressed their concern, saying that just for the tablet and laptop market alone, you could see an up to 68% decline if those tariffs end up being fairly stringent. They are hoping that this administration takes a lighter touch approach than some of what has been promised.
The BBC's Lily Jamali in Las Vegas. Also at CES, Schlage, the lock company's got a device that tracks your smartphone proximity and the trajectory of your outstretched little hand to pop the deadbolt on your front door. I did look up the pronunciation of Schlage. If you've been going with Schlage, you're either being ironic or wrong. Market stock index futures are all up slightly, 0.1%. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is suing a unit of Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway for allegedly entrapping buyers of mobile homes with mortgages the company knew people couldn't afford. Vanderbilt Mortgage and Finance, based in Tennessee, is the Berkshire unit. Vanderbilt, in a statement, calls the CFPB suit untrue and politically motivated.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Progressive Insurance. Progressive is looking for individuals who want to join an inclusive and unique culture. More information, including application, at progressive.com/careers. And by Clear Channel Outdoor, an out-of-home advertising company with a nationwide network of billboards, offering data-driven solutions that help businesses big and small reach their consumers with accuracy, impact, and scale. Billboardsforbusiness.com.
Now to context on President Biden's order banning oil and gas drilling along 600 million acres of coastal ocean, all in the name of curbing climate change and lowering the risk of oil spill disasters. Incoming President Trump says he will undo the Biden-era environmental efforts, but the drilling ban would be extra hard to reverse. Marketplace's Kaylee Wells explains why.
It's tricky because Biden can make this declaration thanks to a 70-year-old law called the Outer Continental Shelf Lands Act.
It grants the president the power to withdraw certain areas from offshore oil and gas development.
Akshay Jha teaches economics and public policy at Carnegie Mellon University. And he says, unlike a regular old executive order,
there isn't a clear mechanism for how a subsequent president can kind of reverse that decision.
President Obama banned drilling 10 years ago using the same law. And when Trump tried to repeal it, the court ruled it couldn't get revoked without congressional approval. So the declaration will stand, at least for a while. And yet,
it does not appear to have a short or even medium-term material impact on drilling.
Morgan Bazilian directs the Payne Institute for Public Policy at the Colorado School of Mines.
Most of the offshore drilling in the United States comes from the Gulf and the parts of the Gulf where that drilling is not covered by this latest ban.
So Biden chose to protect a bunch of land where we aren't doing much oil drilling anyway. Hugh Daigle, who teaches in the Petroleum and Geosystems Engineering Department at UT Austin, calls it largely a political move.
Biden can say, look, I've done this great thing for the environment, while at the same time not really changing the fact that the Gulf of Mexico produces a substantial amount of our domestic oil and gas production.
But Trump has called the move ridiculous and has promised to repeal Biden's decision. Daigle says that's a political move, too.
It's really just the other side of the same coin.
Meanwhile, Daigle says oil prices have been pretty low recently, so even if there were no ban, expanding production and potentially driving prices even lower is a tough sell right now anyway. I'm Kaylee Wells for Marketplace.
And McDonald's is the latest company to roll back anti-discrimination policies, citing a Supreme Court decision against affirmative action. McDonald's is now ending specific goals for achieving diversity in senior leadership and, among other things, will no longer encourage suppliers to develop diversity training programs. McDonald's says it's still committed to inclusion and feels diversity is a competitive advantage. In New York, I'm David Brancaccio. This is the Marketplace Morning Report. From APM, American Public Media.